From New York Times best-selling author Tariq Nasheed comes Foundational Black American Race Baiter, the groundbreaking book shaking up the conversation on race in America. As one of the most influential voices for Black Americans today, Nasheed exposes the tactics used to manipulate, subjugate, and control Black communities. In this powerful read, Tariq Nasheed equips you with the knowledge to resist injustice and reclaim your narrative. Don't miss out on the book that's redefining the game. Foundational Black American Race Baiter, available now at officialfba.com. Get your copy today.
Media saboteur. What's going on, man? Media saboteur. Then we'll get Kubas. Media saboteur.
Hey, good evening, Tariq. Thanks for having me up, as always.
Yes, indeed.
What's up?
I said yes, indeed. What's on your mind?
Not much. So I have one thing I wanted to bring up, but unfortunately, I don't have any brilliant film ideas for you tonight, like I usually do. But I do just want to start off and just throw in my quick little opinion here that I think the Diddy thing, it vibes a lot like a setup from people he probably pissed off over the years. I would guess that, I don't know. It just seems it seems a little odd, a little standoutish, a little curious to me when I see someone who goes from megastar status 30 years later, all of a sudden. I mean, P. Diddy was when he was Puff Daddy, when I was in fifth grade, he was the hottest thing in the mainstream, anything.
Yeah.
And, I remember watching having to watch his music videos on the box, music television you control, way back in the day. And,
Late for that.
what's that?
I said late 90s. I remember that. But let me touch on that with the Diddy thing, man. Again, and for the record, I'm gonna keep saying I ain't with none of this shit that they're doing with Diddy. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. I ain't with those charges because the charges are bogus. The charges are bogus. The charges are vague. I am not a hater. I'm not no hater. I don't want to see people go down just because it gives a psychological feel good moment to see somebody who was balling out get targeted and their wealth gets taken away. Some people kind of get off on that. I don't. I don't. I don't get nothing out of that. Um, y- you notice people who are going along with the whole taking down the puppy, they can't even articulate what's really happening. People keep talking about all the little freaky weird stuff that he's doing with dudes or whatever. Okay, what's the illegal part though? What is the illegal part? Those charges against Puff. What is illegal about that and when did it become illegal? See, I'm looking at the laws that's going to be used. I'm going to keep saying this. And when you bring this stuff up, some of these dimwits, they start bringing up stuff that ain't even got nothing to do with the charges. Well, why are you defending Buffy? He has nothing to do with Tupac. That's not in the indictment, man. They start bringing up, well, he had beat up Cassie in the hallway. He wasn't, that's not in the RICO. He's not being charged for that. You dig? I'm talking about what those RICO charges are. Talking about a criminal enterprise, racketeering. What was the criminal enterprise? You see, I'm asking questions because if they pull this on white and I say so stuff, they can use this as a precedent to just get anybody willy nilly. You go on a damn date and they say, well, hell, that was coercion. If you went on multiple dates and all the women got with you, that's coercion. And what's your definition of coercion? See, now you got to ask questions. I ain't with none of that stuff that they're doing. It's too damn vague, and it's a revenge case. They're getting revenge on him for something, and they've cobbled together some nonsense. They're talking about baby oil, and notice the media start putting out some stories about some drugs being used in baby oil because they gotta throw something illegal in there. They talk about all of this baby oil. Baby oil is not illegal. That's why they were doing that press conference talking about thousands of bottles of baby oil. And then the media threw out some story about some GHB, some kind of drug being mixed in with the baby oil. That sounds like horse crap. That sounds like horse crap. So they had to put the word drug in there in order to make it sound more nefarious. This is a revenge case. And y'all got to understand when they sully the image of a bigwig like Diddy, that sullies the image of all of those under him. Y'all better understand that too. When they get a big fish, they know what they're doing. They know how to sully the image of one person that will trickle down to a whole bunch of people. You get one big fish, you can get all the guppies. So with Puffy, just like with R. Kelly, there's a stigma to his music now. And he had just years of hits. There's a stigma to it. Now with Puffy, now they've created this stigmatized narrative about Puffy. So now all of his music catalog and everybody's associated, there's somewhat of a cloud of a stigma with that too. So now the Biggie catalog, now you think, okay, there's a stigma there now. Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, all of these people, they're putting a stigma on them. You think? They're putting a stigma on them to a certain degree, a guilt by association. So now they're going back asking all of these people, well, did you see something back in the day? What did you see? What about Diddy's parties? What's up with those Diddy parties? You see? So they're putting a stigma on a whole genre damn near, because everybody was associated with Puff at one point, especially during the 90s, you know. Kubaz, you're giving a thumbs down. Hold on, Kubaz. Let me get you in here. What's happening, Kubaz? Kubaz, you can talk, man. You can stop giving the thumbs down and talk. All right, Kubaz, you good? All right. You're giving a lot of hand gestures, but you're not saying anything. So I'm going to have to get you out of here. Now here's news. Let's get you in here.
Hey, what's up, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I ran into you over at the fish market over on La Brea a few months ago.
Hold on, Kubaz. Hold on, brother. The fish
I can
market.
wait. I can wait till he finishes.
I get him in a second.
So I can't hear Tariq.
Kubaz, hold on, brother. Hold on.
Sucking me back through.
Okay,
Let me leave to come back.
Okay, goddamn, brother. Okay. Call up with a damn iPhone 2. So yeah, so we ran each other on the fish market on La Brea.
Over by over by Obama.
Okay, I think I remember. Yeah.
I took a picture with you on my phone.
Oh yeah.
I'm 60, and you were like, "Damn, you don't look 60." But anyway.
Oh, my man, what's going on with you?
What I wanted to mention real quick was people don't realize that reparations is not going to come from really, it's not going to come from the government. It's going to come from the banks. The banks run this country as a corporation, because the country is a corporation. The way it became a corporation is because the bankers, the same people who started slavery, they forced a fabricated bankruptcy on this country. And when a person goes into bankruptcy, a trustee gets appointed. That trustee runs the government just like they would run your finances, the way that they see fit within the law. And the law is who? It's them, the Bar Association, the same people that started slavery, started the Bar Association, run the banks. And they are the ones that would pay the reparations. The money comes from the banks. The United States itself doesn't have the money. It's the Federal Reserve. And our country runs on securities. That's why they can send $8 billion to Israel, or $30 billion or $300 billion to Ukraine, and all this. The Jews get billions and billions of dollars every year for reparations, and we didn't do anything to them. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that helped them. And why are we paying? It's because of the power and control they have. That's the model people need to use, is Jewish reparations, because they get it. They've been getting it since the 70s, I think, maybe the 60s.
Okay, so the question is, how do we, foundational Black Americans, use that model, and how do we make the banks give us reparations? How do we do that?
We have to sue the banks. That's what I believe Johnny Cochran was getting at. He found he had found that almost $1 trillion had been consolidated by these people, because the Oppenheimers, the Rothschilds, the De Beers family, all these families that started slavery, their money had been consolidated on Wall Street, and Johnny Cochran found that. Of course, he suddenly, got sick and passed away. But
Right.
that money is going to come from Wall Street. Wall Street's the same people who start these wars. They make trillions of dollars off of weapons of mass destruction. They make trillions of dollars stealing oil and gold and minerals out of the ground in Africa. That's what they're doing over in Haiti. A lot of people don't realize in around 2002, 2003, they found almost $1 trillion of gold and oil in Haiti.
Oh, yeah.
And then suddenly there's an earthquake that just shows up. And if you look at, I don't remember which James Bond movie, but I think it came out in 2006. It kind of not foreshadows, but it kind of tells, it kind of alludes to the fact that these huge corporations were going to be in Haiti. And
hello? Oh. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get you back in a second, bro. I'll get you back in a second. Let's get Kubas. Kubas in the building.
Hey, Tariq, appreciate it having me on. Last time my phone died, so this is a first, second, and third try. So I want to touch two things. I don't want to touch the Diddy thing yet, but I do want to talk about the reparations. So I grew up in Atlanta, DC, then Atlanta, grew up in the South. Some things
are you black, white? What are you?
I'm white.
Okay, got it. Okay. You grew up in Atlanta?
Yeah.
What part of Atlanta you grew up in?
Cobb County, Beaufort, Dunwoody, Alpharetta.
Oh, okay.
All north side.
Any like any close to Forsyth County, anywhere around there?
No, I mean, I lived on the other side of the lake. Yeah. I did see the signs when Oprah came to town that said if she didn't get her black ass across the bridge by downfall, that she wouldn't make it. So I was there during those times, and this was early 90s. So yeah, there's a 90. Forsyth County was 99% white, and there was KKK. I went to high school 5 minutes away from Daniel Carver's house, where he had signs in his yard, but I wanted to blow his house up. So did all my friends. Anyways, I don't want to touch too.
Is Daniel Carver? He's still alive?
No, but the son is. But the son. The son isn't. I mean, probably the apple didn't fall far from the tree. But Daniel Carver was a crazy lunatic psycho. The old man was. Anyways, and everybody in the town knew he was. So it wasn't like the whole town's like him. It wasn't like that. But I want to talk about some other things. So the reparations things, here's what's happened. The people that did get land, there were people that got land. South Georgia got land. There's some parcels in St. Simon's Island. Big slavery encampments were in St. Simon's Island. They were given land. Now, the problem with that is these same people that had this land that happened in 2000, property taxes go up. Okay. These families don't have the money to go up with what the property tax value is on the acreage that they had. So they were forced to sell. You're talking 70, 80-year-old, grandmothers having to uproot off the island because they can no longer afford the property taxes that were incorporated on them. So one part of reparations is you have to eliminate property taxes on all descendants of slaves. That's first and foremost. Now, as far as the U.S. government paying reparations, yeah, they are. The deal was, from what I understand, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is at the time was 40 acres and a mule.
Right.
So fast forward that, you can give or take in economy. Your 40 acres might not be where it might be, part of North Georgia, and it could be part of Asheville right now and not be worth anything, but some of it could be worth a ton. So you balance that out, you eliminate the property taxes on that, and then Now you're looking at land slots. So the U.S. government has tons of land.
Absolutely.
That is national land, national parks, there's tons of it. If you've ever driven, I live out in California now, and I've traveled all for the last 7 years. I've driven all around this place. It's empty. There's tons of land out here. Tons.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of it's owned by the Indian tribes and blah, 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 but they have land, right?
Right. Absolutely. That's what we're saying, that some of that land has to be allocated towards us. We're absolutely saying that. But thank you for the call.
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who change the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.